Now, as the death toll in northeast Delhi violence has risen to 20 with over 150 injured, a fresh case of violence has been reported from Gokulpuri area at around 10 a.m. this morning. Despite massive security deployment, vandals have come about to set a shop on fire in Gokulpuri's scrap market. Eyewitnesses say that some miscreants came and set fire on the shop and then ran away before the authorities arrived. The situation, however, is now largely peaceful, is what the police claim, but there is certainly tension in the air across the strife-hit areas. As per Home Ministry sources, paramilitary deployment has now been increased from 37 to 45 companies. 800 more additional troops have been deployed in Delhi. The Delhi Metro has also restored its services in stations which is located close to these violence-hit areas. This as cops have cleared the anti-CAA protest site in Jafrabad in the sensitive zone at the wee hours of today. Shoot-at-sight orders have also been given and a curfew has been placed across areas of Mojpur, Jafrabad, Chandbagh, Karawal Nagar. Now, amid all this tension, it was an obvious reaction. CBSE examinations were due to take place and now the CBSE board has postponed the 10th and 12th board examinations in northeast Delhi, while the High Court has now come down heavy on the CBSE board, asking them how did they postpone examinations out of turn. Of course, the High Court has also highlighted how the children, those students who are going to be attempting these examinations, are now going to be put under undue stress.
Total victims seen received by us in GTB of which 20 are dead. Many types of injuries. It is very difficult to describe and it is not possible to categorize into one category. They range from gunshots to stabs to jump from the height to escape the Reuters, etc. There are all kinds of injuries. Head injuries are also there.
देखिए यहाँ पे चूंकि माहौल थोड़ा टेंस था तो यहाँ पे एक्सेस नहीं मिल पा रहा था तो उसके बाद में इस माहौल को शांत करके और एम्बुलेंसेस को पीसीआर वैन की मदद से अपने विक्टिम को शिफ्ट करा के और हॉस्पिटल्स के सारे विक्टिम्स को हमने यहाँ से शिफ्ट करा दिया। ठीक है, हम लोग प्रेजेंस है, लाउंड रिकॉर्ड प्रेजेंस है पुलिस की और हम लोग कोई भी अगर कोई गलत काम करता है उसके खिलाफ सख्त एक्शन लेंगे।
हम लगातार इलाके में फ्लैग मार्च कर रहे हैं और यहाँ पर स्थिति पे हमने नियंत्रण बना के रखा है। आज कहीं पर भी क्राउड बड़ी मात्रा में एकत्रित नहीं है।
Of course, the India Today reporters are on ground bringing you minute updates about what's going on, the violence in Delhi's northeast areas. Let's take a quick look at the ground reports sent in by our reporters on field.
We are in this Mojpur area and if you look at the entire market, it's a complete shutdown. There is continuous police patrolling that is happening and from the paramilitary forces to Delhi police are leaving absolutely nothing to chance as far as sending a message across is concerned. Even as we saw, the situation was quite tense yesterday. In the morning we've seen very few people come out. People are staying indoors and the police is continuously sending messages across via loudspeakers, using loudspeakers to asking people to maintain law and order. Very importantly, you know, this is the Jafrabad Mojpur area which has seen the most intense violence and that's one reason that we've seen the maximum police presence in this area.
Clashes in northeast Delhi and violence also reported. Behind me, smoke still coming out of the shops that had been torched, and this also reflects what exactly happened last night. Violence, arson, ransacking, and they have come today morning to take a stock of the situation of their shops. I can see oranges here, I can see a cycle that has been burnt, I can see the whole shop that has been burned down. So fire brigade personnel have arrived just now to ensure that the smoke does not rise to more fire. And this is the Chandbagh area, which is opposite the Bhajanpura area on the other side. Yes, and again the bigger question is, yes, our firefighters are on the job, yes, the owners of the shop have come, but why was this deployment not done on the first day? Where are the politicians, the elected representatives who were clearly elected for a reason in this city, India's capital, that has seen this violence after so many years? Reporting with Sandeep Tiwari, Pooja Shali from Northeast Delhi for India Today.
इस वक्त मैं गोकुलपुरी स्क्रैप मार्केट मौजूद हूं और ये देखिए यहाँ पर हालांकि जब नॉर्थ ईस्ट में हिंसा हुई थी तो यहाँ जो मार्केट था उसको पूरी तरह से आग के हवाले कर दिया गया था 2 दिन पहले, लेकिन एक जो ये दुकान एक दो दुकानें जो बची हुई थी, ये दुकान है, इसमें शॉप नंबर 15 है, इसमें अचानक से कुछ लोग आते हैं और आग लगाकर भाग जाते हैं। जो चश्मदीद आसपास के वो बता रहे हैं कि 3 से 4 लोग थे, वो आग लगाकर यहां से भागे हैं। ये दुकान देख रहे हैं किस तरह से लपटे आग की फैली हुई हैं। जो ये पूरा गोकुलपुरी का स्क्रैप मार्केट है, इसको पहले भी आग के हवाले किया गया था, लेकिन दमकल विभाग ने इसको बुझा लिया था, लेकिन यहाँ कुछ लोग आए फिर आग के हवाले कर दिया। अगर ये देखिए गोकुलपुरी का ये जो स्क्रैप मार्केट है, जब हिंसा के वक्त इस पूरी आसपास की दुकानों को फूंक दिया गया था, जिसके बाद आप ये देख पा रहे हैं आग को बुझा लिया गया था, किस तरह से दुकानों में तोड़फोड़ की गई थी। कुछ दुकानें यहाँ पर बची हुई थी, लेकिन ये तस्वीर आप देखिए कि किस तरीके से इस दुकान को आग के हवाले कर दिया गया। हालांकि जो हिंसा है नॉर्थ ईस्ट दिल्ली में, उसमें लगभग काबू पा लिया गया है, आईटीबीपी के जवान हैं, लेकिन अभी भी कुछ असामाजिक तत्व, कुछ उपद्रवी सड़कों पर हैं जो हिंसा फैलाने पर उतारू हैं। ये आग की लपटें आप देख पा रहे हैं, दुकान लगभग पूरी तरह से लपटों में घिर चुकी है। तो ये हालात है फिलहाल गोकुलपुरी स्क्रैप मार्केट के। यहाँ पर अभी कुछ दुकानें और देखिए अगर यहाँ पर तो वो बची हुई हैं, लेकिन जो लोग हिंसा फैलाना चाहते हैं, जो उपद्रवी हैं, वो चाहते ही नहीं है कि दिल्ली में शांति हो।
Well, we're looking at all the reporters bringing us minute updates from on ground. It's heart-wrenching visuals that we're seeing in many of these areas in northeast Delhi. We have for more on this joining us Pooja Shali from Chandbagh. Pooja, do tell us, here is a situation where we're looking at public and private property gutted down. Who is responsible for it? You rightly said how the police deployment wasn't in place 2 days ago, and now finally when the violence has ended, they arrive. Adding on to that are 800 members of the paramilitary forces who are pumped up the police's presence in the vicinity there. But it's really heart-wrenching to see how the shop owners, the shopkeepers have come to see their life savings come down to ashes.
So where I'm standing right now was a Maruti Suzuki showroom just about 2 days ago. And how I know that it was a showroom only because of the signboard that has been left, says Maruti Suzuki Fair Deal Car Sales. Because otherwise, apart from that, here in the showroom, it's completely gutted. There are glasses, there is all this sand that has come, but importantly, even the new vehicles, new cars that are completely gutted. And it is shocking to see because this is where you realize the impact. Even the ceiling has not been spared. I noticed this individual standing here. Sir, आप यहीं शोरूम में काम करते थे. आप कौन है सर? आपकी क्या पोजीशन है यहाँ पर?
मैं एडमिन हेड हूँ.
फिर यहाँ आप भी थे जब हुआ था, जब यहाँ पे इम्पैक्ट क्या हुआ था उस दिन?
उस दिन यहाँ काफी लोग आए और उसके बाद उन्होंने पहले तोड़फोड़ की, फिर उसके बाद आग लगा दी.
तो ये सारी नई गाड़ियाँ थी, पुरानी गाड़ियाँ थी?
सारी नई गाड़ियाँ थी.
ये शोरूम था डिलीवरी के?
डिस्प्ले गाड़ियाँ.
तो कितने बजे की बात होगी
ये परसों शाम की बात है.
कितने लोग होंगे सर अंदाजन?
होंगे 50-60 लोग होंगे.
50-60. तो साथ में कुछ पेट्रोल बॉम्ब था? कैसे इतना बड़ा शोरूम कैसे
के साथ ही आए थे, पेट्रोल पंप के साथ.
तो और फिर आप लोग कहाँ थे, कैसे छुपे? कैसे?
पहले छत पे भागे थे, फिर उसके बाद पुलिस वालों ने हमें निकाला गया था.
आप बताएं सर, आप बताएं और बताएं.
हमें तो पुलिस ने बताया था कि आपका बंद कर दो, बंद करके हम लोग चले गए थे बंद करके. हमें कुछ नहीं पता था. हमें तो अगले दिन पता लगा कि इसमें आग लगा दी गई है.
अच्छा,
यहाँ कोई था ही
आप यहाँ पे कौन क्या काम करते हैं?
नहीं, मैं यहाँ काम नहीं करता हूँ. मैं तो रेनोवेशन के लिए आया हूँ, लेकिन मेरे को पता है इसके बारे में.
अच्छा ठीक है. सो ओके, सो यू कैन हियर देयर आर डिस्क्रिपेंसीज फॉर परहैप्स फॉर डिफरेंट रीजंस, बट आई कैन take a look at this, Nabila. This is where everything will be reflected in clarity. A delivery schedule. So all the workers' names have been written. I request Sandeep to try and zoom in. The last mention is of 2 p.m. That of the executive's name Manish and customer's name Shakil Ahmed. And after that there is Lalu Yadav, if I can read, Lalu Yadav, and there's no mention. It's been erased because, and this is perhaps representative of the time because we are told it happened all in the daytime. Afternoon is where after that all of this the violence, arson and vandalism took place. These were new vehicles. It's completely torched. The place is completely gone. I can see some of the remnants of glasses and petrol bombs strewn across the street. However, we must put things in perspective, Nabila, because it's not just to say that this side faced any violence. I just have to look on the other side. I look at the Indian Oil petrol pump on the other side of the road. That's been torched. I just zoom in a little and pan to the right. There is a building that I can see that's been pelted with. For now, most of these shops are also, for now, they are shut. This is to perhaps show in clarity of what exactly happened. So there was pelting and arson from both sides. I've been talking to different people across this area, and most of them are saying that perhaps this continued for about few hours. But all of them are asking that when injuries were being received and people were rushing, where was enough security deployed? Why did it begin in the first place? Over to you.
Absolutely, Pooja. Here is the big question, that why did the police come by to these violence hit areas only after the violence subsided? We're looking at situations that are heart-wrenching. Many areas across the northeast Delhi there have been gutted, and this is undoubtedly a situation that needs to be contained, but it seems like a little too late. Let's go over quickly to Arvind Hoja, who's joining us from the spot where the violence has taken place. And amid the communal riots in northeast Delhi, there are good Samaritans as well who have helped an old woman who was travelling from Bhajanpura to Ghaziabad. Arvind Hoja gets us more.
हिंसा के बीच भजनपुरा में एक सुखद खबर, एक अच्छी तस्वीर हम आपको दिखाते हैं। ये अलग संप्रदाय से आते हैं, मुस्लिम संप्रदाय से, और भजनपुरा ये इलाका है। यहाँ पर ये रास्ता भटक गए थे, गोंडा जाना था। कहाँ जाना था सर आपको?
हमें जाना पे लोगों बहुपुरे जाना है यहाँ से। अच्छा, वहाँ से ऑटो पकड़ लिए गाजियाबाद।
अच्छा, तो यहाँ पर क्या हुआ?
यहाँ कुछ नहीं हुआ हमारे साथ।
कुछ नहीं हुआ, सब कुछ यहाँ पर ठीक दिख रहा है?
हमें सब कुछ सही है।
सर आपका नाम बताइए।
मेरा नाम अंकित शर्मा है।
क्या हुआ था यहाँ पर बताइए?
यहाँ पे हमारे बाबूजी यहाँ से निकल रहे थे, तो हम सब जितने भी हिंदू भाई खड़े हैं यहाँ पे, सब लोगों ने जिम्मेदारी ली है और यहाँ से इनको सुरक्षा से निकाल रहे हैं, जिससे कि भाई साहब को कोई परेशानी ना हो।
आप देखिए, ये एक अच्छी तस्वीर है। दिल्ली वालों को इस तरह की तस्वीर बिल्कुल देखनी चाहिए कि हिंदू मुस्लिम भाईचारे की मिसाल। ये बुजुर्ग थे जो पिलखुआ जिनको जाना था, लेकिन अब यहाँ पर ये जिम्मेदारी ली है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे काफी हिंसा का माहौल था और बीएसएफ के जवान यहाँ पर उतार दिए गए हैं। इन सब के बीच इस नौजवान ने ये और यहाँ आसपास के लोगों ने ये एक जिम्मेदारी ली है कि इनको सही सुरक्षित, क्योंकि जो माहौल चल रहे हैं ऐसे में कोई किसी के ऊपर भी हमला कर दे रहा था, लेकिन फिलहाल स्थिति नियंत्रण में है। बॉर्डर सिक्योरिटी फोर्स के जवान वो भजनपुरा इलाके में तैनात किए गए हैं और ऐसे में एक अच्छी तस्वीर भजनपुरा से देखने को मिली है। इस तस्वीर को देखना चाहिए, समझना चाहिए दिल्ली वालों।
Well, that was Arvind there bringing us more. Now we're looking at a situation largely in control, but we're entering day 4 of unrest in the national capital as fresh cases of violence have been reported yet again from northeast Delhi. Now the Cabinet Committee on Security, chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, met over the Delhi violence today. The NSA Ajit Doval was also present in the meeting and he submitted a report to the CCS. Meanwhile, 45 companies of the paramilitary forces have now been deployed, including the ITBP, BSF as well as the CRPF. NSA's Doval visited Selampur, Jafrabad and other parts of northeast Delhi last night along with senior police as well as Home Ministry officials. Home Minister Amit Shah has now held 3 rounds of talks to take a stock of the situation in the national capital. Senior officials of the Home Ministry, the Delhi Police Commissioner, Special Commissioner of Law and Order were also present at the meet. Now, sources say that the Home Minister has asked the police to take strict action against miscreants and the vandals. Of course, we know that the police have now ordered shoot at sight to any of those troublemongers who come out on the streets. Now, the police have largely said situation has by far been under control today. Let's quickly go over to Paulami Saha joining us. Paulami, here we're looking at tense situations. Even though the police saying that the situation is under control, of course, there is a certain amount of fear psychosis that prevails. What more do we know? Here the police have imposed a curfew situation across all of these areas in northeast Delhi.
That's right. As we have been informing our viewers right now and since yesterday, it is the National Security Advisor, Mr. Ajit Doval, who has taken control of the situation. We know that he went and visited some of the very tense areas and sensitive areas. Last night, he took a briefing from top cops as well in the establishment. He visited areas like Jafrabad, Seelampur and others in the Northeast district as well, which has, of course, is, of course, under clampdown right now because there is a curfew which has been imposed. And what we're learning right now is obviously he has, of course, briefed members of the Cabinet Committee on Security as well as to what he has learned from going on ground yesterday. He has briefed the Prime Minister, who was also in that meeting this morning. That meeting, of course, is over. They have, of course, given him a free hand to take control of the situation. The police and the paramilitary forces have been given a free hand as well to bring things under complete control. So there will be tighter surveillance. There will be application of drones in these sensitive areas as well. So all measures now being taken in order to ensure that after the unfortunate loss of 13 lives that we've already witnessed and the several others who stand injured and receiving treatment across various hospitals in the area. Now there is no more loss of life or property that is witnessed. The kind of scenes that my colleagues are bringing to you from various parts of the Northeast Delhi district are extremely unfortunate and extremely shocking. And this is something which has been taken note of by the establishment. Some might say belatedly, but right now they have taken control of the situation. We know the kind of observations that the Supreme Court made today as well against the police and the administration, saying that they were given a complete free hand to bring things under control. Of course, the Supreme Court was talking in the context of the Shaheen Bagh protests and the appointment of the interlocutors, but then, of course, spoke about the loss of 13 lives as well, which Delhi has witnessed over the past 72 hours, and said that it is now the time to take control of the situation, which is what the administration has done at the moment.
Paul, we're looking at the death toll has now risen to 20 in the national capital owing to the violence, and now government sources on the Delhi violence tell us that army will not be called in. Enough paramilitary forces have been deployed in the national capital. Of course, now this is a reaction coming in from government sources after the Aam Aadmi Party have been pressurizing the Home Ministry to bring in the army to aid in the situation here. Now the government source is saying that army will not be called in as there are enough paramilitary forces that have been deployed in the national capital to contain the situation. We're looking at the death toll now risen to 20. 20 members have lost their life over the last 3 days thanks to the violence that has ensued unabated. Now we have Kamaljeet Sandhu joining us live for more on this. Kamaljeet, here we're looking at a situation that has escalated to a point where 20 members have lost their lives. The Supreme Court has also highlighted how the police department has so far shown lack of professionalism. What more do we know in reference to today's situation as well, where we're looking at isolated incidents of violence as well?
Shocking as it may be that 20 members have lost their lives. This includes one cop. But the fact remains that on-ground situation continues to be tense. And now, remember, the Supreme Court has pulled up Delhi police for lack of professionalism. This is something which has also been reiterated by ground situation. The fact remains that despite heavy criticism coming in of handling of the situation, government sources indicating to us army will not be called.
Thank you very much for joining us with those details. Here we're looking at several developments coming up at the Supreme Court as well with regards to the protests amid unrest in the national capital. Now the Supreme Court has pulled up the Delhi police. Now the hearing on the Shaheen Bagh case, where the Supreme Court has pulled up the Delhi police on the ongoing violence, calling them unprofessional or showing lack of professionalism is what the Supreme Court has said, accusing the police. Now this violence that has hit Northeast Delhi, the Supreme Court has said that the problem is only due to the lack of professionalism by the police department and the failure to act according to law across the board. The court also added that the police does not need to wait for any nod to arrest a political leader making insightful remarks. The court also pulled up the state government, saying that the state government has also failed to implement guidelines on police's professionalism. Meanwhile, the Delhi High Court will also hear a plea seeking action against provocative netas at 12:30 p.m. High Court asked the Delhi police why it failed to take suo motu action against netas giving insightful speech and fanning violence in Delhi. The plea seeks action against Union Minister Anurag Thakur, BJP MP Parvesh and BJP leader Kapil Mishra. The plea also seeks compensation for the victims as well as a judicial probe into the matter. Here we're looking at the Supreme Court now intensifying its stance over the violence in Delhi. Of course, amid 20 lives that have been lost, the Supreme Court now highlights the lack of professionalism displayed by the Delhi police and pulls up the police for not acting in time of need. The court also added that the police does not really need to wait for anyone's nod to arrest anyone, even if it is a political leader, for making insightful remarks. The court has also pulled up the state government, saying that the state government has also failed to implement guidelines on police's professionalism. Meanwhile, the Delhi High Court has also asked to hear a plea seeking action against provocative netas at 12:30 p.m. today. Now, owing to the Delhi violence, the Uttar Pradesh police have now enhanced security and patrolling along the Ghaziabad and Noida borders. Here, the Noida police is on high alert and Section 144 of the Criminal Penal Code has been imposed, which bars the assembly of more than 4 people in the area. Similar measures were also taken in Ghaziabad, where the police have increased security on Loni border, which is close to northeast Delhi. In Aligarh too, security has been beefed up and internet services have been suspended until midnight today. A high alert has now been sounded in Lucknow, Rohtak and Bulandshahr.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.